We'll show you how to create and manage passkeys on your Apple device for passwordless login and demonstrate that with an Outlook account. Today we're exploring passkeys on an Apple device. Passkeys are being promoted to replace passwords. They function much like a hardware security key for the most secure authentication method available. They're being advocated by the FIDO Alliance, Fast Identity Online, backed by big industry partners to address the problems with passwords. The problem with password logins and standard second-factor authentication is they're subject to man-in-the-middle attacks where someone can intercept your credentials and compromise your accounts. Passkeys prevent this exploit because they use something called a public-private key pair. The private key is stored on the device and never leaves the device. The public key is registered with the service provider, and only the private key and public key can communicate with each other to make sure you're always logging on to the correct site. If you want more information on the primer to Passkeys, you can click on our link to our video above. Next, we're going to demonstrate creating a passkey for a Microsoft account on the iPhone. So we'll sign into the account. We'll sign into the account, use AuthInTrend. Next, we're going to sign in with a security key. So we select security key, next. And we're logging in with the AuthInTrend biometric key. There's a link to a video that we did demonstrating its superiority to the YubiKey Bio Key. One of the nice things about it, you touch it, it authenticates with a color, in this case green, and you're logged into the account. We'll go up to the account icon here, and we'll select My Microsoft Account, go up to the Security tab, select Advanced Security. We're going to add a new way to sign in. Remember, we're creating a passkey on the iPhone. And it's kind of confusing because it's using security key, even though it's passkey, it won't say passkey. We'll select Next. Here we'll select the iPhone Android device, next, and you'll be presented with a QR code. You'll get your iPhone, go to your camera and scan this, and it'll pop up and say save a passkey. You select save passkey, connecting, you'll authenticate to your device, and your passkey is saved. Now what that did is it created a private key on the device itself, and it registered a public key with the service provider, in this case, Microsoft Outlook. Now you'll name your key, select Next, got it, and there is your key. That's your passkey. Now we're going to demonstrate signing in with the key, so we'll go up here and sign out of the account, sign out. We'll select Next. Now we're going to select iPhone, iPad, next, and we'll be presented with the QR code. We'll get the iPhone out and we'll scan this QR code. It'll say sign in with a passkey. We'll select that. It'll connect to the device. We'll authenticate to the device. Device is connected. And we sign in, and that's it. It's that simple. Look at that. No passwords. Just using your phone, and it's a secure authentication using the private key on the device and the public key on the service provider Outlook. So we've demoed how to create a passkey and how to log in with one. Next thing we want to do is cover the two important sections of the iPhone configuration that you need to set up in order to use passkeys. So we need to turn on keychain. So to do that, we go into the settings, search for keychain, and select passwords and keychain. Down here, select it and make sure that it is on. We'll back out of that. Next thing we need to do is go into password options, search password. Come down here to where it says passwords, and then under passwords, select password options. There we have to select the iCloud password and keychain setting. We have to select that in order to be able to use passkeys from your Apple device. We just completed the configuration settings necessary to use passkeys on your Apple devices. Now we're going to manage the passkeys on the devices. We're going to call up the iPad and the iPhone and move into the password section on both of those. Next, what we're going to do is create a shared group to be able to manage passkeys. So to do that, we come over here under the password section and click the little plus icon and say new shared group. And come down to continue and give it a group name, banking info, create the group. And now you can see the banking info group is over here. Select the passkey that you want to share across the group and then select move. And now you can see there's one credential in the banking info group and it's showing up as a shared credential here in the iPhone. Now we want to manage the group. To do that, we just select manage. And here we can add people. If we wanted to add people to the group, we could select them here. Cancel out of that. If we wanted to delete the group, we could delete the group. Cancel out of that. Select done. Now what we're going to do is go through the process of showing how you can share the passkey through AirDrop. So come over here, search AirDrop, select AirDrop. And once we do that, we'll go down to contacts only and select bringing devices together. Go back. What we'll do is we'll select the passkey here. And once we select the passkey, because we've turned AirDrop on, we can select that. And now here, if you had other devices that were in your contact list, they would show up on this list. But all we have right now is the iPad next to us, so we'll use that as an example. And here it says waiting and sent. And it's just that simple. If you had someone in your contact, you wanted to share a passkey, you could do it through the AirDrop function. And finally, our personal recommendations are to use a passkey or hardware security key for the most secure method of account authentication. Hardware security keys are even more secure than passkeys because they only exist on the key themselves. They're never exposed via the cloud. Anything on the cloud is subject to being compromised. You can also create passkeys with your password manager. If you have to use a cell phone for account authentication, get a Google Voice number. That totally eliminates the possibility of SIM swapping. Passkeys are only as safe as a storage location. You have to understand that these keys are being stored out on the cloud. Weigh the risk of storage convenience against attack. And finally, back up your passkeys in a password manager or some other location. You want to have a backup of every passkey that you create. Also, secure your password manager with a hardware security key. This also applies to your Apple ID. That's it for today's video on activating passkeys with your Apple devices for secure logins. Before we go, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for tech tips to protect your digital life. Share your passkey experiences in the comments below. We're always happy to help, and have a great and wonderful hack-free day.